Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the basically Drivers Room Endurance Championship. But for season 5 and outwards, we have a new sponsor in the Drivers Room. Sadly, the DR before the EC is going away. And Gadget, I am sorry. I just I've said before, and I've said it to a lot of people, that I don't like the new name, but it is what it is, and we're still gonna make the commentary videos as best as we can. And yeah, the sponsor is the Acelith design, or ADEC as we are now called. It's basically the same championship. Nothing's changed other than the name, and that we've got a little discount code for wheel rims and all that. So, today we are at Spa in the GR3 machines. This is season 5, round 1, tier 1. I will be doing the entirety of tier 1 for this season and possibly some tier 3 races as well. So, let's get down to the grid walk and see where everyone landed in today's qualifier. Starting off, we have Plux, the Quack Quack Duck, in pole position. We have Nitro Smith in P2. Of course, he is always in the front. We have DJ Rise in a surprising P3. We have Berkey Baby, Purple Spice. We have Flappy Spice, Flapjack. We have Arlie Martin B. And we have Gadget 334. Mr. Sean. Of course, we have Senna. Ben, are you ready? And we have Muller and Juggernaut to finish off the pack in the back. All right, let's get down to the action. All right, we are about ready to get started, waiting for the green lights, and we are off for round 1, season 5, and ADEC. Oh, a wide turn from Plux there. Cold tires for everyone, as we see Martin going out a little wide, but otherwise clean for everyone. We have Berkey right in the back of Plux. And Smithy has dropped 1 position. Plux now just trying to get away from the rest of the field. As we see Senna up into 5th. We have Sean down 6th. Flapjack has had a very poor start, and Gadget is in 8th in front of Martin. Juggernaut up in 10th, Ben down into 11th, and Muller down to 12th. As we follow Plux now in the beginning lap. Starting lap? Yeah. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done this, so apologies if I sound a little rusty, because I am. Berkey is just being a cork in front of Smithy at the moment, as he goes very wide. And apologies for this, I don't know the names of any of the corners. As we see Smithy going on the inside of Berkey and is back up in 2 seconds. That Mazda isn't a very good starter, but I think he's got a handle on it. But because of the stuff happening in the background, Plux is able to pull away. And he's coming up to finish lap 1, as we see the rest of the field. And Ricey's dropped down to, well, he's still in 3rd. Well, he's coming up to 3rd right now. He dropped down a few positions in the start. The Volkswagen isn't a very good starter. And Senna is just using everything he can now to make the car as wide as humanly possible. As we see Berkey right up the gearbox of Senna. Does he have enough grunt to pass him on the straight? See Sean on the outside. Will he be able to slot in? Oh, we got some contact between Sean and Flapjack. Just some side swiping there. Flapjack's really on the move. Shawnee on the inside. Got it covered. Martin dropping down to 8th. Juggernaut into 9th. And we have Gadget down into 10th place. Surprisingly, no damage from any of these people as of yet. As we see Muller in 12th. Probably struggling a little bit with the Mackie. And already at lap 2 we start to see some tire wear on the car, so Spa isn't very nice to the tires, that's for sure. As we see Smithy also developing some tire wear, you know, early stages. Ricey's car looking quite good actually. As we see Berkey, he's gotten himself up to 4th, so he's passed Senna at some point. Shawnee now trying to catch up to Senna. As we see Flapjack has dropped off from Sean. And he's got Martin and Gadget and Juggernaut and Ben right behind, all hungry for Shawnee's place or Flapjack's place. Oh, Flapjack going deep. Not able to hold it into turn 1 and loses the position down to Martin. Martin now up into 7th with Gadget right behind Flapjack. A little shoddy camera work. Sorry about that. Let's take a look on the inside with Gadget. And I think Martin has forgotten his blinkers. As we see Juggernaut going on the outside of Gadget. That doesn't work. Does he have the inside? No. Gadget covers them off. As we see Ben and Muller following now. We have Martin. He is really on the bumper of Flapjack. As we see Martin has some damage to his rear aero. Not good. Let's hope that doesn't affect his pace all that much. Gadget is on the hunt for Martin. As we see Juggernaut being chased down closely by Ben. As Ben goes for a move on the inside. And Juggernaut has some damage on his front. I think Juggernaut has been the one that got together with Martin, possibly. Maybe Juggernaut is struggling a little bit with front aero. Still staying out for one more. So we come back to Plux as he starts his 4th lap. Very uneventful for him, as expected. As we see Smithy chasing Plux down. Oh my. Look at Smithy's tires. He's really using everything he's got out of those tires, isn't he? Sort of like Senna was in the past, just shreds his tires to bits. As we see Ricey back in third and doing well in that cab. As we see Berkey has dropped down to fourth in the Peugeot. And Shawnee is ahead of Senna. Senna struggling a little bit now, I think. And he's ahead of Flapjack. As we see Martin, he's dropped down to 9. Don't know what happened to Martin. I think maybe his rear arrow might be hurting his performance a little bit right now. Maybe the back end gets a little too loose. As we see Ben in the background. Jagnat's dropped down to 11th. Go back to Gadget. See if Martin makes a move on Mr. Sigma. Oh, little almost a tail spin from Flappy. And for once, Gadget hasn't gotten any damage in the first few laps. And we got 2 abreast into turn 1. Senna's got the inside. Oh, and Flapjack goes around on the outside. Wow, good move from Flapjack. Puts Flapjack up into 6th, Senna down into 7th, and now he's got Gadget to contend with. See if he can hold him off. Oh, Senna's tires are dead compared to Gadget. As we see Ben going for a move on the outside of Martin. Makes it stick. Puts Ben up into 9th. So we go too wide into the chicane. They've just left Muller in the dust. Doesn't look like, oh, a little bump there. Doesn't look like Martin is able to hold these people off with his aero damage. Both Martin and Jagnat is being left behind. We follow from the back of Flapjack. We see the pack coming through. Everyone in line now. Senna's getting closer to Flapjack as we see Plux going into the pits after 5 laps. Oh, come on. Here we go. Shall the camera work? As we see Senna going into the pits. Same with Gadget, Ricey. Rice is down in 5th place. We still have Sean. He hasn't been into the pits just yet, but his tires are looking well after 5 laps. Nothing to complain about there, so he's obviously got a handle on everything, and he's got supers on the front and soft on the back. maybe he got a little turn around. It should be supers on the back and soft on the front, right? As we see Berkey staying out as well, and his tires aren't looking that bad. Sort of the same as Sean, to be honest. Yeah, exactly the same as Sean. Let's see if Smith can get some more power out of that monster. Flapjack still staying out. Same with Ben, but Flapjack has more tire wear on the front left than Ben. Ben now, still in 7th, doing good on those tires, and for once, like Gadget, no damage in the first lap. Juggernaut is struggling a little bit. He is not able to catch up to Ben at all. And we see Martin as well, also a very strong driver. Never raced this guy, but when he came up through the tiers to enter tier 1, he has been very strong, but Riddle with some bad luck as we see him going into the pits. Same with Muller. Senna and Gadget will now be able to pass these two. A very long pit stop in Spa. At Spa. Took him to the Spa. That was a little Jeff Dunham joke. Peanut and Jose Jalapeno. I took him to the Spa. He put me in the vegetable steamer. That's the Jeff Dunham joke out of the way. As we see Gadget coming up the uphill S's that I always forget the freaking name of. Rasmakas or whatever it is. As we see Flapjack going on the inside of Gadget into the chicane. Who's got the biggest nuts? It is Flapjack. Flapjack has got the biggest cojones. And that puts Flapjack into 7th as he goes down chasing Senna. And Ben is trying to get into the slipstream of Gadget and the rest of the crew. Juggernaut now has been into the pits to fix his damage. As we see Muller up into 11th, so he managed to get ahead of Martin. I think that McLaren is a little bit of a handful. He's revving it all the way too. Martin's really on the attack. Fresh tires, fresh bodywork, fresh attitude. So we see Sean going into the pits. Where does he end up? Comes out in 5th. Berkey has been in, dropped down to 4th, as we see Ricey back into 3rd, Smithy in 2nd, and the Quack Master in P1. And they've only been out for 2 laps on new tires, and look at Smithy's tires. He's worse than Senna at this point in tire wear. No offense to you, Smithy, but yeah, the tire wear is a little too much, I would say. one of the strongest drivers in here, but suffers a lot with tire wear. As we go back to Ricey, doing good. 217 so far from him. 217.9 from Berkey. That Peugeot does look good. As we see Sean now in some clean air. Maybe he can catch up to Berkey in well before the next stint. As we see Flapjack now in 6th with Senna right in front of Gadget, and Gadget is really on the attack. Senna, here I am. Just get out of the way, please, so I can catch up to Flapjack and take 6th. Senna, you must not be listening. I want to get past. That's what Gadget says. Move over, Slowpoke. But no, they're in different teams. Wouldn't be right. As we see Ben still in 9th, chasing Gadget and Senna. Oh, and Senna missed turn 1 completely and just opened the door for Gadget to get up into 7th place. Ben also capitalized from that, and he's up into 8th, and Senna loses 2 positions from a little mistake. As we see Ben trying to go. Wow, the overspeed that Ben has. Holy crap. Way to go, Ben. Holy crap. Into 7th he goes. Wow. Watch out, world. Ben is coming through. As we see Juggernaut following Senna now. Trying to really capitalize on Senna's mistakes. Maybe a little lapse in concentration. That's all it takes on this track to lose out. Muller in 12th. Come back on lap 16. We have Shawnee in 4th, Berkey in 5th. He's dropped down now. Gadget right behind him as we see Ricey coming out of the pits. And Gadget is low on fuel. He will have to go into the pits within the next few laps. We see Martin in 8th, Juggernaut down in 9th, Muller in 10th. Ben has dropped down to 11th. He might have had some damage somewhere in the laps. We didn't see him. As we see Senna now all the way down into 12th. So he must have had a big mishap somewhere on the track. Look at how far down he is. Plux, well, what can we say about the Quack Master? The Spice Boy or Baby Spice. Yeah, not many people can live up to this man. That's for sure. Very fast and consistent driver. That's for sure. Wonder where he finds that strength from. Maybe his youth. I feel old when I say it. As we see, Smith is still in 2nd. looking good on fuel and tires. He's just been into the pits. Flapjack in third. And Flapjack is still to pit. Shawnee in fourth now. He has been into the pits, so he will take Flapjack's position. As we see Plugs going into the pits with 8 liters of fuel remaining. I think Plugs might be saved from Smithy. So we're gonna follow Sean and Flapjack now until they pass the line, or if Flapjack goes into the pits, which he does. As we go down to Ricey, he will also gain a position from that, and he's chasing Sean. As we see Gadget going into the pits, Berkey is, well, a few good laps away from his pit still. Martin also a few good laps away from his pit. As we see Jagnot, probably a few more laps and he'll go in as well. Muller shouldn't need anything for the foreseeable future as of yet. Ben in 10th, coming out just in front of Gadget. Let's hope he can keep the yellow and black car of Gadget behind him for a few more laps at least. But we all know how fast Gadget is. I've had the pleasure of racing Gadget on many occasions, and I do know for a fact he is way faster than me, but on certain tracks, on certain conditions, I am able to follow him, even beat Gadget. So at least I have that to brag about. As we see Senna now in 12th, not doing good. That must have been a nasty crash or whatever he had. Come back to Plugs. As we go down to Ricey, who is catching up to Sean. This is the closest battle on track, so we'll stay with these two for a little bit. They might go into the pits shortly. Well, Martin might. Taking a look on board with Berkey now. Oh, they're both going wide there. No F's given. Oh, and yeah, Berkey gets himself a 1.5 second penalty for his trouble. Same with Martin. They're just extending too much there. As we see Jagnod coming up on the outside into turn 1. Will he be able to make the move that Gadget made earlier on Senna? No, Berkey has that covered off. I don't know what happened there. There we go. Oh, just understeers a little bit too much there. The dirty air from Berkey. Is he able to go through? No. Loses down a little bit to Berkey now. Flapjack still alone. As we see Muller from a bad start to a decent midfield result now. Gadget is chasing down Muller. As we see Ben, he has been passed by Gadget, so maybe Ben has had a little off. The Moose Master will come back. They all have one more pit to do, I would assume. As we see Martin now taking up the chase to Ben. And Senna there catching up. Flapjack now. Not a lot of action on track right now. As we go up to see Berkey and Juggernaut. And Berkey's got himself a little gap down to Juggernaut. As we see, Juggernaut's tires are really suffering. Coming up to Ricey. He hasn't gotten any closer to Sean at this point. Come back to Berkey, baby. In lap 22, we see Berkey has been into the pits for his final fuel and tire wear change. Tire change. As we see Juggernaut in 6th. He has also been into the pits with Martin and Flapjack. Flapjack has been into the pits, hence why he's behind Martin. Martin had a very poor, bad start with some rare aero damage, probably caused by this man, which got front aero damage for his troubles. So with that in mind, they probably could have been a little bit higher up the field. We see Gadget in 9th, and Gadget has been struggling a little bit last season. Very difficult to stay in the top. Competition in Tier 1 is quite large. So no matter how skilled you are, the competition is high, so some people will obviously go away with the win quite easy. As with Plux, doesn't seem like a lot of people can beat Plux, except for the man that eats baby crocodiles and punches babies, the Stig, which isn't with us anymore. He has retired from the championship with work-related issues in mind. He has to work, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Can't believe I said that. We see Ben in 11th now, doing his absolute best to keep up with Muller, trying to catch up. Senna down in 12th still. He must have had a very, very big off to be this far down. Plux now in P1, still very untouchable through the race. Not a lot of people can match this man. Under the right conditions, we have this man that can match our Quack Master. Shawnee had a very good race so far. Started a little poor, but a third isn't something to be mad about at all. Ricey's dropped 1 position from his quali, so good on him. And like I've said before, I do love that Rizla livery, even though I'm not a smoker. I do love that livery, just fits the car. As we see Berkey in 4th. Juggernaut. Flapjack now chasing Juggernaut. Martin. And Gadget. From what I remember so far, he hasn't gotten any damage, so at least a little bit of luck is with Gadget this day. As we see Martin going into the pits for his last stop of the day. 6 minutes remaining of the race. Will Gadget be able to capitalize on this and get an 8th place, or is Martin just simply too far ahead for that to happen? As we see Martin there coming out of the pits, and Gadget is up into 8th. Then again, Martin does have fresh tires now, so he might be able to catch Gadget. But as we know, the Porsche isn't at its strongest on the straights. I think it's a very good slipstreamer, but yeah, it does lack that top end, I would believe. As we see Muller in 10th, smelling blood in the water now. 5 minutes remaining, and he is thirsty for P9. If he could just reel that monster of a GR3 McLaren in. I do love the insane body styling and wide body kit of that McLaren. That's what I love about GR3 cars. They just look so wide and so insanely steroid looking. Like they've been pumping iron for years and years and been doing roids with Monsieur Arnold Schwarzenegger and Martin B hasn't caught up to Gadget that much. I think Gadget's got this one in the bag. Juggernaut Screaming Mazda is trying to chase down a Flapjack. Will the Flappy Spice crack under pressure? As we see, Juggernaut's tires are really taking a pounding. Flapjack's tires are way better than Juggernaut. And Berkey now just have to hold out for the last remaining minutes. And 5th will be his. No great mistakes now. And he will get 5th at least. But we do see Flapjack getting closer. Ever so closer. Going on board with Flapjack. Flapjack's looking low on fuel. Let's hope the tank is full enough for a couple of more laps. As we see Berkey going wide. The commentators cursed him. Berkey has to be fuming about that. Let's hope he doesn't lose down to Juggernaut. I think Berkey might be feeling the pressure right about now. As whoa, little likes back there. Lagsback engaged, huh? Oh, it's gonna get close. Juggernaut is very close. He's right up the tailpipe of Berkey as he goes on the outside into the last chicane and capitalizes and gets. Whoa! Wait! Berkey is back into 6th. Juggernaut simply doesn't have enough grip to stay with Berkey in the narrowest of sections. Berkey Berkey's really trying to hold off. Juggernaut now going defensive and to no avail. Will he be able to go on the outside into the chicane? He's got the inside now. Berkey will have the inside through the next corner, and Berkey's still ahead. Woo! This will be the final lap for everyone. No one is near the start-finish straight. We are on our final lap, ladies and gents. As we see Berkey now just trying to do his absolute best to hold off what remains of Juggernaut's tires. Berkey does have the superior grip. Let's go up to Plux as he finishes round 1 to take the win. Smithy will come home in second, Shawnee in third, Ricey in fourth, Flapjack in fifth, Berkey hopefully now in sixth. He's got himself a bigger gap down to Juggernaut unless he does any mistakes right now. Does have a 0.3 penalty to get rid of too. Oh no! He's never gonna be able to shake that! No, 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 no! And Juggernaut still has also... Oh, no! Oh well, good racing from the boys. As we see Gadget trying to fight with Martin and just crosses the line in 8th. As we see Muller in 10th and Ben will come home in 11th. And Senna in 12th. Thank you everyone for watching. Come back next time. This is Kimar, signing off.